Hello everyone, welcome to another video from me. So in this video, I'm going to go through the Form 4 Chapter 6, Linear Inequalities in Two Variables. So let's move on to questions and go through the chapter. Alright, so the Chapter 6 here, Linear Inequalities in Two Variables. It's actually a very simple chapter. Okay, it's a very simple chapter generally. The most basic principle, first thing you need to understand is looking at your inequalities and comparing it with the shaded regions. So shaded region with your inequalities, there's a very direct comparison, a very simple relation to it. So usually my inequality, okay, will be compared with y. Okay, so it can be just y more than, y less than, y more equals, y less or equals. But okay, it can also be something y, like 2y more equals, or even x plus y like that. Okay, more equals, less or equals, doesn't it depends on the situation. So when it's just y, or when it's something y but y is positive, then it's a very simple relation to it. Okay, it's a very simple relation to it, whereby we compare with y, then above is more, below is less. Okay, above is more and below is less. All right. There are times where we don't have y at all. That will be your vertical line. Okay, because in a vertical line, it's constant x. If I want the equation of a vertical line is x equals to something. If I want the equation of horizontal line, y equals to something. Okay, this one you have to remember as well. Okay, not only in this chapter, but also for other chapters as well. So, like this one, the B here, it's very obvious this is involved in a vertical line. Okay, this is involved in a vertical line. So it doesn't actually, this one has a bit of a problem because it doesn't actually show where the line is. Yeah, it doesn't even show where the line is. So it's not really a proper question there. No matter, okay, no matter, is still, no matter what, a vertical line. So definitely the ones involved will be the ones that are vertical lines, which is basically the ones without y, the ones that involve just x, which is these two, x more equals 0 and x more equals -5. Okay, then we look at part A. So you notice the A has dotted lines, whereas you compare with H, it looks pretty much the same, but H has a solid line. So what's the difference there? Okay, what's the difference there? Solid line is when there is equal involved, means I include the on the line itself. Okay, include being on the line itself. Whereas dotted lines means I do not include that line. Means if it's like more, then it's just more. If it's less, then it's just less. If I include the line, then that's equal like this. The line below represents equal. Okay. So the A, look at how the line is slanting upwards. Slanting upwards. So all straight lines are in the form of y equals mx plus c. Okay, make sure you know that. M is the gradient and C is the y-intercept. M is gradient, C is y-intercept. So if you look at the first question here, the part A, okay, is going upwards, so gradient is positive gradient, and then the dotted line indicates there's no equal. Okay, if it's dotted line, there's no equal. If it's a solid line like this, means it includes equal. Equal is that line under it. Okay, like that means less or equals, like that means just less than. Means it includes on the line, or if it doesn't include on the line itself. So for the A, going up, positive gradient, okay, and look at the shaded region. The shaded region is above the line, means it should be more than. So means it should be y more than a positive x value. Okay, so we look for y more than positive x value. So first line, there's none. Second line, this one, if I bring over the minus x, then it becomes positive x. And then if I bring up the 2, then it's times 2, which is still positive. Okay, but the problem about this one, I cannot use on A because this has equal. This one doesn't. Okay, so with this one, I leave it for later. So if I bring over x, it becomes negative, so it's not. So this one is not. This one, 2y more than x plus 5. Yes, that is the first equation for part A. Okay, this one, okay, when there's a negative in front of the y, I have to take the opposite direction. Okay, actually, because I have to get rid of the negative in front of the y, and when I bring over negative, inequality will switch direction. Okay, so this actually becomes y less than, and this one becomes positive 2x and then minus 8. Yeah, so it becomes a less than. So it is not for the part A. This one, bring over the x, is negative. This one less than, so it's not. This one more, that's equals, so it's not. This one, if I bring over the negative, okay, then it's y, inequality switch direction, more equals x minus 4. Okay, however, that's equal here, so it's also not this. This one is not, and this one, yes. If I bring over the minus x, becomes positive x. So the other one is y minus x more than 8 for part A. For C, solid line. Okay, so you can look at the lines first and then go, or you can look at each equation and match to it also. Okay, either way is fine actually. D, E, F, G, H. Okay, actually let's go by the equations, the inequalities. So y more than negative x, more above, negative x going down. Yeah, there's no equal. Dotted line going down above. Dotted line going down above this one, the G. So G here, y more than negative x minus 3. Okay. When y with just a number, there's no x, that means no gradient, means it's a horizontal line. So this involves below, so it's the D, y less than 4. This one, y less or equals 4 minus x, so negative x, gradient is going down, less or equals, solid line below going down, the C. 3y plus x more than 4. Okay, Then this one, okay, sorry, where am I putting it? 3y plus x more is the g. Yeah, why did I put it C? Yeah, there's no equal, so dotted line, so it's a G. The C one is this one, y less or equals 4 minus x. Yeah. Okay. Then this one, y more equals 0. Horizontal line that's equal and more than above, so it's E, y more equals 0. So y less than -1 below dotted line, so the D, y less than -1. And then here, -y more than 8 minus 2x, so if I rearrange, I already show you y less than 2x minus 8. Gradient positive, less, no equals. Dotted line going up, shaded below. Dotted line going up, shaded below, so it's the F. Okay, -y more than 8 minus 2x. Yeah. So I skip this one. 12y, sorry, half y minus x. If I bring over, it's like this. So positive gradient that's equal above. Okay, solid line above going up. This one. So it's the H. Half y minus x more equals 4. Y plus x less or equals 2. Bring over the x is negative. So negative gradient going down. Less below equals solid line. So solid line going down, shaded below. Solid line going down, shaded below is C. Okay. So it's y plus x less or equals 2. Okay, I think just now I forgot to write this. X less or equals 2 minus y as well. Oh, I circled wrongly this one. Yeah, I think I circled wrongly. This one basically is the C as well. So why is it C? Because if I bring over the y plus x less or equals 2, bring over the x, y less or equals negative x plus 2, like this. So it's negative gradient, means going down. Solid line, shaded below. Solid line going down, shaded below is the C. Yeah. Then 2y less than x. Positive gradient means going up. No dotted lines, shaded below. Dotted lines going up, shaded below is the F. 2y less than x. Okay. 2y more equals x, going up, solid line, shaded above. So it's the H. 2y more equals x. Y less or equals negative half x. So negative x going down, solid line, shaded below is C. Y more equals 10 is shaded line. Yeah, solid line and above horizontal line, E. And this one, negative y less or equals 4 minus x. If I rearrange, it's this. So positive gradient, solid line, shaded above. It's going up, solid line above. Going up, solid line above is the h. Negative y less or equals 4 minus x. Yeah. Okay, let's see, did I leave anything out? Y less than this one. Y less than 2x minus 5. I don't know why I shaded that. I don't know why I circled that. But yeah, that is also f. Positive gradient, dotted line, shaded below is the f. Yeah. Okay, that's the principle of the first question here. So this is a bit messy because there's a lot like that. Not likely for them to ask like this in exam, so don't worry too much. Even I get a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, looking at so many together. So yeah, don't worry too much about that, as long as you know the main principle of it. Okay, the basic principle of how you identify. Okay, even if they ask you to identify, you will identify so many lah. Okay, now question 2, shade the common region for each of the following system of linear inequalities. So system of linear inequalities. Okay, so yeah, now from the inequality, as you see, if your y is just positive, is very simple. Just less is below, more is on top. There's equal, then solid line. No equal, then dotted lines. Okay, so I already have this line drawn for us. X less than 4. X, so draw the line x equals to 4. X equals to 4 will be a vertical line here. So since there's no equal, let's use a dotted line here. Okay, then y more or equals 0 means above the x-axis. So this one less or equals below this line. So below this line, it can be this region, this region, this region, this region. Okay, less than 4. So from the x equals 4, less means to the left. It's more than to the right. So it cannot be these two x on the right. So erase these two x's. Okay, then it cannot be this one y more or equals 0 means above the x-axis, so it cannot be this one below the 0. So it must be in this triangle here. So just shade the triangle. Okay, just shade this triangle, and that would be the shaded region. Okay, let's satisfy all three of the inequalities here. This one, y minus x more or equals 4. Compare with the y, positive more or equals means above. Okay, y less than 4 means when y equals to 4, y equals to 4 line, horizontal line at y value of 4. X more than negative 4. So from negative 4 value of x, dotted line. Okay, more to the right. Okay, so to the right of this line, cannot be these two parts on the left. Less than 4 means below this horizontal line, can be here, here, here. Then y minus x more equals to 4. Y minus x equals 4 is here. More means above this line. So it cannot be any of this below the line. So it must be this triangle here. So just shade the area inside this triangle. And for the C, I have y equals x minus 4, y equals negative x, and y less or equals 2. Y equals to 2 is here. Since that's equal, just draw using a solid line. Draw, make sure you use your ruler to draw a line. And y more or equals 0 is the x-axis. Okay, so y more than negative x means above this dotted line. So it can be any of these regions here. Then y more equals x minus 4, more than the solid line here. So above this solid line, so cannot be this 2. Y less or equals 2, y equals 2 here, less means below, so cannot be this 2. Y more equals 0, more above, cannot be here. So it's this region here. So shade this whole part. Yeah. This whole thing is this whole area is the shaded region that satisfies all 4 of these inequalities. Yeah. So that's how we identify where we should be shading. Okay. Then question 3. Write 3 linear inequalities that satisfy the shaded region in each of the following diagram. So the first one, this is below this line, the y equals 4. So just look at each line that bounds the shaded region one by one. Okay. From the line that bounds, we form an inequality by looking at whether it's above or below and all that. Okay. So let's look at y equals 4. Shaded region is below this line, so less. Dotted line, there's no equal, so y less than 4. Okay. Then the y equals x is above, so more than. Y more than x. Dotted line also, so no equals. This one, y equals negative 2x, is above, so more. Solid line, that's equals, so y more equals negative 2x. These are the 3 inequalities that bounds the first shaded region. Okay, the B here, same thing. Look at it one by one. Y equals 2x, below, less than. Dotted line, no equals, y less than 2x. Then the y equals half x above, solid line, so y more or equals half x. Okay, above, so more than, solid line, so that's equal. The other one also that's equal, and solid line as well, but shaded region compared to the line is below, so y less or equals negative half x plus 6. Okay, these are the 3 linear inequalities. And then part C. Then y minus x equals 4, below that line, so less. Solid line, so that's equal, 4. This one, 2y equals x plus 4. It's above this line, so more than x plus 4. Dotted line, so there's no equal. One more line is this one. Horizontal line means y equals to something. So the y value here is 3. Y equals 3. It's below that line, so y less than 3. Dotted line, there's no equal. So these are the 3 inequalities here. And for part D, okay, this line, more, solid line that's equal, 3 over 2x plus 6. Horizontal line, constant y value here is 5, below, so less than, y less than 5. Dotted line, there's no equal. Vertical line is constant x, okay. Dotted line, there's no equal. To the right means more. More than, x value here is negative 4. So these are the inequalities here. Yeah. That's question 3. Question 4. Draw and shade the common region for each of the following system of linear inequalities. Draw and shade. Okay. So basically you just need to sketch it out. So usually when we sketch out, we want to have like x and y intercept. So in this case, if x is 0, y is 10. If y is 0, then x is 10 also. So draw the line y equals to x. Sorry, y plus y equals to 10. Y intercept 10, x intercept 10. Okay, there's a line like that. This is for part A. So one straight line that will be basically like this. Where it's 10 here and 10 here. Then y equals to x will basically be a diagonal line where your x and y is the same. Okay, it's just a 45 degrees diagonal line. Then y less than 10 will be a horizontal line. But this horizontal line, one thing is it cannot be a solid line like this because there's no equal. Okay, it will be at y value of 10, but it's not a solid line. It needs to be a dotted line. Okay, so make sure that it is a dotted line. Okay. Yeah. Then shade the common region. So below this line, okay, so all of the parts below here, y more equals x, y equals x is this one. This is y plus x equals 10. So above this line, so it can be and it has to be below this line also lah, since I already know that. So these three regions, then y plus x less or equals 10. Sorry, more equals 10. So above this line. So it cannot be here as well. So it's this triangle here. So just shade this triangle. That's the shaded region. Okay, that's part A. Part B. Again, try to sketch out. And actually, I'm supposed to label the x and y axis as well. Okay, so for the second one, I have y less or equals x plus 6. So y-intercept is 6, and when the x-intercept will be when y is 0, y is 0, 0 equals x plus 6, x will be negative 6. So it's negative 6 until 6. So it will be diagonal line like this. Negative 6, 6. This is your y equals x plus 6. And this one y equals 2 over 3x plus 4, y-intercept is 4, going upwards, x-intercept 0 equals 2 over 3x plus 4. So 2 over 3x is negative 4, x is negative 4 times 3 over 2, which is negative 6. So it has the same x-intercept, y-intercept is 4. So it goes up to a lower point. Yeah, something like that. Okay. This is the y equals 2 over 3x plus 4. Y more than negative x. Y equals negative x. Y equals negative x is just a diagonal line passing through the origin like this, 45 degrees. And x less or equals 0. X equals 0 is your y-axis. So look at it one by one. This one below this line. Oh, and this one has to be a dotted line. There's no equal here. Okay, this one, y less or equals x plus 6 below this x plus 6 line. Any of these regions here. Okay. Y more equals 2 over 3x plus 4 above this 2 over 3x line. So cannot be any of these that are below. Okay. Then y more than negative x. More than negative x means above the negative x line. So cannot be this one. Cannot be this small area here. Then x less or equals 0. Less or equals 0 means to the left of the y-axis. Cannot be here. So it's this quadrilateral area here. So just shade this part. Let me just use this to shade. Basically, it's this part. Okay, so yeah, that is for the question 4. Then question 5. Alright, so the question 5 is under reflection in the x-axis, so flip it over the x-axis here. Okay, so we have to imagine it flipped over first. So it flips over, this line becomes like this. Okay, and then this line remains, the x equals to 3, and this horizontal line from negative 2, you'll flip up to here, y equals 2. Okay, then the shaded region will be like this. Okay, then we look at it. Okay, that is one way of doing it. However, there is also another way of doing it, which is when you flip in the x-axis, basically everything in the everything for your y will be negative. Okay, and if you flip on the y-axis, basically everything on the x will be negative. So if you find it easier to flip it over, you can flip it, sketch it out first, then only you see, or you can find the initial inequalities from this shaded region. Then we just put a negative on the y and rearrange the inequality. Okay, For me, I find that easier because yeah, you have to do extra step of drawing and you might draw slightly wrong as well. So I think it's easier to just put the negative and then rearrange. So if according to the initial shaded region here, this equation is y equals x. See, x and y same value. Yeah, anywhere along the line. So y equals x. Or you can take the gradient, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 3 minus 0 over 3 minus 0, which is 1. So it's y equals x. Shaded region below, so less than, that's equal. Y less or equals x. Then this one, y equals -2. Above, more than, solid line equals. Y more equals -2. And this one is x value of 3, to the left less, x less than 3. So if I put negative on the y here, and negative on the y here, then it becomes, then when I bring over the negative, inequality change direction, means it becomes y more equals -x. Cancel off the negative, also inequality switch direction, y less or equals to 2, and the x less than 3 remains because there's no y there, so there's no change to it. Okay. And also this line, y equals 0, that remains. Okay, but instead of here is less than 0, less or equals 0, so put negative, means also flip the, when I bring over negative, inequality change direction, y more equals 0. Yeah, 4 inequalities. This one, also same thing. This one, let's look at this line. Gradient, 4 minus 0 over 2 minus 0, which is 2. C here is 0, means y equals 2x. Yeah. According to this shaded region is less than, so y less than 2x. This solid line, also 2, 4, but another point I know on this line will be here. X equals 4, y equals 0. Okay, so 2, 4 and 4, 0. Gradient here, gradient for this line, 4 minus 0 over 2 minus 4. Okay, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's -2. Gradient -2. C, I don't have the C also. Okay, unless I try to extend here lah. Basically extend here, you will connect here. Yeah, so here is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll touch at 8, so C is 8. Okay, or you can put y equals to -2x plus c and sub in any of the 2 points in. Okay, let's say if I sub in 4, 0, so 0 equals -2 times 4 plus c. This is -8, bring over, c is 8. Yeah. So this line, y equals -2x plus 8. So if, shaded region is below, so less than, solid line that's equals. Okay, -2x plus 8. Then done these 2 lines, then this one 0, 0 and 4, 2. So gradient 2 minus 0 over 4 minus 0, half. X, C is 0. So y equals half x, above, more than. So y more than, solid line that's equals half x. Again, put negative on all the y. So when I bring over rearrange, y inequality change direction. More than negative 2x. Y more equals becomes negative become positive, plus become minus. And then this one, y less or equals negative half x. Yeah, that's all the inequalities here. Question 6. Write the linear inequality that satisfies shaded region under reflection in the y-axis. So y-axis means I put the negative on the x now. Okay. So this line, I can straight away get the answer here. I just need to find the gradient first, and also I need to know all the c. It is 5, -1 means, yeah, each box is 1. This gradient. So I have here 0, -1, and 5, -5. So -5 minus -1 over 5 minus 0. -4 over 5. Okay. C is -1. So shaded region above means more solid line that's equals. So it should be -4 over 5x minus 1. However, I need to put a negative on the x, so means from negative it becomes positive. It becomes y more equals 4 over 5x minus 1. Yeah, just negative the x term, because that's what happens when it flips on the y-axis. All the positive value of x becomes the same magnitude but negative, or all the negative becomes positive. Okay, so just negative the x term. Horizontal line here, y value of -1, below means less than. So dotted line, there's no equals, y less than -1. There's no x here, so it doesn't change. This one this one is x equals to 5. To the left means less than. Solid line that's equals 5, but I need to put negative on the x. Means when I bring over negative, inequality change direction. Y more equals -5. Yeah, these are the 3 inequalities. And this one, I have -2, 4 and -6, 0. So gradient here, 4 minus 0 over -2 minus -6, which is 4 over 4, 1. So gradient 1, C is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so y equals x plus 6. Below this line, so less than. Okay, there's no equals, x plus 6. However, I need to negative the x because I flipped on the y-axis. So y less than -x plus 6. Yeah, that's the first inequality put here. Okay, then this vertical line is x equals -2. To the left means less. Solid line that's equals -2. Put negative on the x means cancel the negative, inequality change direction. Y more equals 2. Okay, and horizontal line here is y equals 0. Above more than, more equals lah. Okay, since I cannot see solid line or dotted line, I assume it's solid line. Y more equals 0. Yeah, there's no x here, so no change. So yeah, there's only 3 lines that covers this area, so it's the 3 inequalities here. So that is question 6. Okay. Then question 7. One Jasmine is a seamstress. She sews 2 types of baju kurung pesak and baju kurung modern. Assuming one Jasmine sews X pairs of baju kurung pesak, Y pairs of baju kurung modern in a certain month, all information below is related to both types of baju kurung sewn by one Jasmine. Okay. So write the 3 inequalities. So this is a very common type of exam question. Okay, so make sure you are able to do a full question like this. Okay, because it carries quite a bit of marks as well. So you have to make sure you are able to do so lah. Okay. So first thing, always we have to write the inequalities. Okay, always have to get the inequalities right. So based on the restrictions here, so pesak is X, modern is Y. Total baju kurung is at most 40. Total means X plus Y. At most means it cannot be more, so it can be less, it can be equal. 40. First inequality. Maximum means cannot be more also, so less or equals. Baju kurung pesak is the X less or equals 25. Then the third one, minimum number of baju kurung modern is 10 pairs. Minimum means must be more than or equal to. So modern is the Y, more equals 10 pairs, so 10. So yeah, these are the 3 inequalities. Okay, so using these 3 inequalities, we just want to shade draw it out and shade. Okay, so usually for this kind of question, they will provide you with a graph paper. Okay, usually they'll provide you with a graph paper. So let me put the graph paper in here. Right, so let me draw this in the graph paper as well. So the scale is not given to you. If the scale is not given to you, basically you can technically use any scale, but you have to make sure it fits and it's not too small lah. So yeah, if you look ahead, you can see I will have cost. Actually no, that's not important as well. But yeah, try to fit everything as best as you can, since it's not even yeah, it's not given the what they call it, the scale, then you can technically use anything lah. Okay, so say I draw here, so definitely it will not be less than 0 lah. Okay, you know, it's definitely not, X and Y will never be less than 0, because it's number of the baju kurung sewn. You can't sew negative number of it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, you can unsolve it. Yeah. So label the x and y axis. So maybe I can put 2 box as 10. Yeah, usually good numbers to put will be each box 1, each box 2, each box 5, each box 10. Okay, these are common numbers that we use. Of course, multiples of 10, or if it's very big number, then hundreds also can, but yeah. So yeah, each 2 box 10 should be a good fit. For vertical also, I can do the same. Okay, sorry. $10, $20, $30, $40. I can just go $50 for each. Let's see. Wait, what's this? Sorry, something wrong with this. Yeah. So draw each of these lines. All of it has equals. So usually the inequality that it gives you in this kind of question will have equals. So you don't really need to worry. So if x is 0, y is 40. If y is 0, x is 40. So from 40 to 40, draw a straight line. This is the line. X plus y equals 40. Then I have x equals to 25. X value of 25 here. Vertical line. Okay. And y equals to 10, horizontal line. Yeah. So follow the inequalities. X plus y less or equals 40 below this line, below this slanting line. X less or equals, so it can be any of this area. X less or equals 25 to the left of x equals 25 cannot be this. Y more equals 10 cannot be here, so it must be this region. Okay, this region right here. So you can actually shade this region. Okay, shade this whole region right here. Yeah, basically that's the part B. Then from the graph, determine the minimum and maximum number of baju kurung modern that may be shown if the number of baju kurung pesak is 10 pairs. Means for the C, basically it means that baju kurung pesak is basically the x, so x equals to 10. When x is 10, what can y be? Okay, so when I have x value of 10 here, so you just look at what y can be. It goes from 10 until 30. Means y is more equals 10, less or equals 30, in between 10 to 30. Yeah. And part D, cost of sewing a pair of baju kurung pesak is 50 ringgit. and the baju kurung model is 75 ringgit. Based on the common region, calculate maximum income that can be earned if she successfully sold 15 pairs of baju kurung pesak. 15 pairs of baju kurung pesak means X is 15. Okay, so X value of 15 here. So the maximum will be when Y is also maximum. So maximum Y is here 25. So means maximum income will be 50 times number of baju kurung pesak 15 plus 75 times number of baju kurung modern 25. Add together. Okay, so just calculate this. 50 times 15 plus 75 times 25. You can use your calculator, just calculate that. 2625. So is ringgit Malaysia 2,625. Yeah. Okay. It's just like that. Yeah. Now we look at the question 8. Okay, let's look at the question 8. Oh, I can't move that. So question 8 here is kind of similar. Okay, so I'm Encik Aiman selling X meters of batik cloth that he purchased from supplier X and Y meters of batik cloth from supplier Y. Total length at most 1,000 meters, and batik cloth supplied by supplier Y is at least half of that supplied by supplier X. So I want to write two linear inequalities. There's only two here. So it's from, you have to see what information they give you in the passage. So first information is this: total length of batik cloth purchased at most 1,000 meters. Okay, so I have X meters, Y meters means X plus Y. At most means must be less or equal 1,000. Okay. The other information, batik cloth supplied by supplier Y, at least half supplied by supplier X. Means by supplier Y is the Y, at least means more or equals to half of what is supplied by supplier X, means half X. Yeah. Y more equals half X, X plus Y less or equals 1,000. So since you see there's 1,000, I try to fit 1,000 inside. Okay, for both X and Y. So if I want to fit 1,000, I can maybe put 200, 400, 600, 800, then I have 1,000 here. Yeah, that would be fine. Okay, but of course if you use a different scale, 250, it's okay also actually. Okay, but try to fit your X and Y intercepts in. So here also 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. the y, this is x. So the x plus y less or equals 1000, the line will be like this. The other line is y equals half x, means y is half of x. X is 0, y is 0. X is 200, y will be 100, half of it. So it will be like this. Yeah. Okay. So the shaded region, this one less below, this one more above, and I'll be here. So it's definitely this shaded region. Okay, this area, this triangle here, will be the shaded region. Yeah, so just shade this whole part. Okay. Once you do that, then we can look at the parts C and D. Part C, from the graph, determine minimum and maximum lengths in meters of particle cloth supplied by supplier Y if Encik Aiman purchased 500 meters from supplier X, means X is 500. Yeah, so similar to the question just now, just look at when X is 500, 500 will be here. Okay, so we want to look at minimum and maximum length of supplier Y. So what Y can be? So Y lowest it can be is here. Here will be 250. More equals 250. And less or equals here is 500. In between 250 to 500. That's the minimum and maximum length, basically. This is the Y minimum, this is the Y maximum. Then, part D. D1, supplier faces shortage of stock, is forced to purchase at least 3/4 of the particle cloth from supplier Y. At least 3/4 of the particle cloth means 3/4 of them is Y and 1/4 of them is X. Means if I put in ratio X to Y, then it will be if it's exactly 3/4, then it's basically 1 part X, 3 parts Y. Right. Then if I put in fraction, means X over Y is 1/3. Bring up 3, bring up Y, 3x equals Y. So it must be at least, means Y is at least 3 times of X. Yeah. Y more equals 3x. That's the D1. So draw the straight line to represent this inequality. So basically, you can put any 2 points. If definite X is 0, definitely Y is 0 lah. So sub in any value of X that is easy to count. Maybe I put X is 200, then Y would be 3 times 200, then 600. So 200, 600 is here. Just connect from 0, 0 to that point and then stretch the line all the way. So it'll be like this. Okay. Yeah, like this. This is y equals 3x. Okay, this is for the D2. So yeah, basically that's it for the chapter 6. Okay, so make sure you remember, if it's dotted lines, there's no equal. Solid line that's equal, include on the line and doesn't include on the line. So it includes number itself, doesn't include number itself. So system of linear inequalities, make sure you identify one by one. Okay, the area that bounds or the inequality that bounds the shader region, whether you are trying to shade or whether you're trying to find the inequality. Look at it one line by one line. Okay, so basically that will be it for the chapter 6. So yeah, we have books that we sell. If you find it if you find that you need more practice, we do have books that we sell. We also have online and also physical tuition class at Busan Tuition 30. So if you're interested, please do contact us for any enquiries. So if there's no problem, then that'll be all. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you find it useful. Bye bye.